Why am I not a banana? Because your genetic code dictates that you are human. However, it should please you to know that you share 50-60% of your DNA with a banana. Thanks man. Are you telling me that some people are 10% more banana than other people? Getting over someone you never even dated. I don't know why this picture is so accurate. I don't know why this picture was ever taken. There's only one guy who works in our dept, so we changed the bathroom sign. Ben's restroom. Only Ben's allowed. I'm eating this Russian chocolate, and it made a rattling noise when I shook it, and there's a horse magnet inside? Russian kinda surprise. That looks like it's made of coal. It tasted like coal. You ate a vase. Honestly at this point me eating a small vase is the least of my problems. Trying to communicate with my future morning self is like setting an elaborate trap for an unsuspecting zombie like. If I put my phone alarm on full volume and vibrate and move the charger so I can put it on this out of reach metal surface, I can startle her awake, probably. Then if I securely duct tape this caffeinated chocolate bar to it, it will provide a challenging situation and make her mushy little brain work extra hard to figure out how to turn the alarm off. Then she might go for the chocolate while she's turning off the loud noises. With luck, she'll consume the whole thing. 20 minutes of bliss, then boom. Physiology kicks in and the caffeine reaches her brain. Gentlemen, this just might work. It didn't work. Satan. If it's 1 or 1000 sins you're still getting sent to hell, so why not go for 1 million sins and come down here a legend? Why is he even allowed to have a Twitter first of all? Honestly, being a vampire who is also a goth kid is the best possible cover. Nobody's gonna think the kid in all black with an umbrella and sunglasses and a shirt that says bite me is actually a vampire. They'll just think you're a goth kid pretending to be a vampire. I drink blood to sustain myself and to heal mortal wounds. Hell yeah, sure yeah do Kyle. I was in line at Aldi and this girl with 2 toddlers in front of me had her card declined. And she looked so fucking sad and said let me call my husband real quick, and it was only $18. So I just paid for it and she was very sweet. And then as she walked off, the lady behind me said you know that was probably a scam, right? And like, even if it was, like what a sad fucking scam, right? $18 at the Aldi. If you're scamming me for some Tyson chicken and apple juice and cauliflower, then just take my fucking money. A scam people are fucking wild. Translated, I don't understand why you would help another person. What if birds aren't singing and they are screaming because they are afraid of heights? Error 404. Your haiku could not be found. Try again later. Genius. As an English teacher, this made me weep tears of awestruck joy. Names are fucking weird, like your parents just choose a sound that identifies who you are as a human being for the rest of your life. I felt like a liar and a fraud every time I called my son by his name for the first week of his life. I wanted to take it all back and call him baby until he was 18 and could go off into the woods on his spirit journey and find his true name and come home and tell it to me. Damn, that's really poetic. What if humans lost all their skin every winter and walked around as skeletons and the trees get pissed when they have to rake all our skin off their lawns? How high are you? This is a weird banana. That is clearly an apple. Then how do you explain the banana egg? What? Please look at my cat's feet. Ankle tattoos. Lol, what a hipster. What if a guy in a hoodie comes up to you and hands you giant book and gives you a sliced burk? When you start to read it, you realize it's a book about your entire life. Would you read it to the end? What if you read it up to where you are now and then you realize that there's only like 3 pages left when you get there? But why is the guy wearing a hoodie? Procrastinates happily. Remembers that I have responsibilities. Procrastinates uneasily. Back in freshman year of high school we had this teacher who was really fucking annoying and hated cell phones with a fucking passion. At the beginning of the school year he had us sign this goddamned contract that we wouldn't have it in class or he would confiscate it. So this annoying doucher bag kid was on his phone and the teacher went, "You have to give it to me now, you signed the contract," and the kid didn't even look up and said contracts signed by a minor are not legally binding. and continued to text, and I hated that kid. But, dare I say iconic. Anyway, he got detention for it, but I just found out he got into law school this year. I always hear people of older generations complaining about millennials, but at least we know how to turn our phones on silent, vibrate for meetings. Not that my unemployed ass goes to that many meetings, but I ever do. Ooh boy. My anxiety has a loophole that, if somebody else is equally or more uncomfortable, I develop a sudden ability to do the thing. I can't go and ask for more ketchup for myself, but if my friend wants more ketchup, I'm out of my seat in a second. Brain, do you have your wallet? Me. Slaps my ass so hard everyone in the target can hear it. Me. Yeah. Brain, do you have your wallet and your phone and your keys and your pocket knife and why? Me. Playing my ass and thighs like a bongo set at this point. Everyone who died at the Battle of Hogwarts missed All-Star by Smash Mouth's release 2 days later. It's so tragic. They still had so much to do. So much to see. Do you think soda cans are alive and each time you take one out of the pack and open it, you're really snapping its neck and drinking its blood in front of its family? I really love our generation's joke trend of like, very calm but incredibly inflated hyperbole, like nobody says oh she's pretty anymore, we say I would willingly let her murder me and everyone is just like lol same. I think same is also great in me. I love when somebody reblogs a picture of like, a lizard, and just says me, and we all know exactly what they mean. The current online humor discourse is remarkable, because we trade exclusively in metaphors and implications and nobody ever says anything outright, and yet everybody understands each other perfectly. Always remember that you are not worthless. Organs are extremely expensive on the black market. My roommate and I just looked this up, and your bone marrow alone is worth $23 million. $23 million. So if you ever kidnap someone, don't hold them for ransom. Just keep them in a vegetative state and slowly sell their bone marrow on the black market. Now we're talking. Do you ever think about the word can't? Like, when you say, why can't you get me some ice cream? You're really saying, why cannot I get me some ice cream? How have I gone through my entire life as a writer and not realize this? I had a similar epiphany with don't you dare being do not you dare. English is weird. The year is 2073 and your granddaughter is slow dancing with her boyfriend to Gangnam Style at her senior prom. How do you slow dance to Gangnam Style? We will find out in 2073. If you're ever sad, say tee in a really deep, manly voice. Oh my god. Woohoo. A woman pours so much hand sanitizer on her hands that it runs off and spills all over the floor. It is pooling at her feet. She continues pouring it. A security guard comes over. Ma'am, you're causing a disturbance. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The security guard slips, falls. The security guard is covered in hand sanitizer. The security guard is so clean. The woman is so clean. The woman's hands are so clean. The hell did I just read? Man salads are the best thing in the world. Man salads. No man salads. I was talking to my friend today about something to do with hanging out on the last day of school, but instead I accidentally said the season finale of school. That's when you know. Neil Armstrong was the first human being on the moon. Neil A. Now say that backwards. Wake up, America. Did we send Neil Armstrong to the moon? Or did we send him back to the moon? Do moms diss each other with her son jokes? Her son's so stupid, he thinks your birthday is on Mother's Day. Sleeping is nice, because you're not actually dead, and you're not awake, so it's a win-win situation. It's like being dead without a commitment, an open relationship with death, death with benefits, an every night stand. Sorry I have bubonic plague, I can't hang out tonight, or ants. You wake up one day with the ability to freeze time at will for as long as you want with no repercussions. What's the first thing you do with your newfound powers? Take a nap. You just woke up. Take a nap. Take a nap. Eek. A mouse. Mini. I have something to tell you. Yeah, I'd be scared too if a 6-inch tall naked human sprinted across your floor. Oh my god, has anyone realized that knocking on people's doors is basically punching their house until they let you in? Go the F to sleep. What if onions make our eyes water? Because at some point in history onions abused the human race, so now's instinct we being to cry in fear in the presence. This is the website I spend my whole life on. Source. That banana is holding her hostage. If you're ever feeling down, just remember that 52k Australians have signed a petition to change the Australian currency to $. When I started losing weight I noticed people started talking to me or being nicer to me, and that my husband started being more affectionate towards me. I would lay in bed and think F a man. People didn't like me before because I was fat, and I would feel bad, the kind of bad that you feel in your bones. It makes your body ache. I didn't like to think my worth was directly tied to my weight. What I've come to realize is that it's me. I'm nicer. I'm more approachable. I'm in better moods. I smile. People want to talk to me because I want to talk to people. My husband is more affectionate with me because I'm more affectionate with him. They weren't measuring my worth by my weight. I was. This got me. Attention sarcasm users. We're being faced with a serious issue. There is only one sarcasm left. Now we've got to use it wisely, please. For the love of God, think before you speak. It's gotta be good. Yeah, okay, I'll be sure to do that. I wish none of you was sad. I wish there was peace and justice and wealth and happiness and good people around all of the planet. Try and one up me again, B. OMG, so I just figured out the word hurt. It's past, present, and future. You will be hurt. You are hurt. You were hurt. Because if something truly hurt, it never really stops. You poetic little Are you Ed Sheeran? It's a fucking adjective, of course it doesn't change. Imagine if your kid wanted to have a playdate with someone they met at school and the parents wanted to meet you first, and when they came over one of your favorite band members got out of the car. Like, what would you do? Have a playdate of my own? All I really want from my life is a legitimate reason to pin a bunch of photos and newspaper fragments on a huge corkboard and connect them with long strings of yarn. I love little kids that share too much information. Today a girl came in with her mom to order food, and I told her I liked her dress. She said thanks, my mom stole it from Target. Moan louder every time the cashier scans one of your items. Please do not do this. Can necromancers heal depression? I just feel so dead inside. Dead inside, you say. I know something that might just work. Contrary to social media developers' beliefs, I have literally never once wanted to see posts in anything other than chronological order. Every book you've ever read is just a different combination of 26 letters. This post literally made me look away from my screen and rethink my entire life. I'm watching B movie for the first time. I'm 1 minute and 30 seconds in. 8. So this main character is supposed to be a male bee, but he uses a pencil sharpener to sharpen his stinger. But male bees don't have stingers? He got a mom and dad, but the queen's supposed to be the only one procreating, so what is the truth? 8. So there's a whole society of bees that feel obligated to walk and drive instead of fly. He just become disillusioned with the capitalist system. It's about to be some You'd figure this movie would have more woman characters considering as how female bees are the ones who do all the work, but okay. I know too much about bees to watch this movie. So I walked into the dentist this morning. My dentist asked me how my weekend was. I said good. I watched Captain America last night. I really liked it. And my dentist says, oh, my son is in that movie. At first I thought he was joking, but then I realized. Dr. Robert Evans. I looked it up. My dentist is Captain America's dad. G. Robert Bob Evans III is a dentist. I like how he said he's in the movie, as if he's an extra and not the main character, and also Chris fucking Evans. I don't like using my dad's bathroom because I'm not that into watching myself. I thought your face was embroidered on a hand towel.